will carry you. Turn around.
Coming up next on Public Access TV is Fan to Fan, a half-hour sports interview show with host Dave Hornfischer. In this episode, we'll talk Red Sox minor league baseball with Joe Bradlee, the Vice President of Baseball Operations and Community Relations for the Pawtucket Red Sox, soon to be in 2021, the Worcester Red Sox. Stay tuned. This is going to hit hard and change fast. Welcome to Fan, a sports interview show. I'm your host, Dave Hornfischer, and I'm pleased to welcome today Joe Bradlee, Vice President of Baseball Operations and Community Relations for the Pawtucket Red Sox, soon to be in 2021, the Worcester Red Sox, or better known as the WooSox. Joe, welcome to Fan.
Dave, thanks for having me on. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks so much for coming in. Wow, that's a big title. What does baseball operations, community relations, and all that encompass? It's
yeah, it is.
I don't see roller skates on you yet.
It is a long title. It's a bit of a mouthful. What we do on the baseball side in the minor leagues is pretty much strictly facilitation. So when our players get called up to Boston or if they get sent down to our AA affiliate in Portland, we work hand in hand with our manager to make sure all that stuff goes smoothly. And I also oversee all of our community outreach programs as well. We're very active in the community. I do some marketing and sales. So like a lot of my colleagues, I wear many different hats for the organization.
And pretty soon you're going to be wearing this brand new hat that's going to say Worcester, the WooSox, right? So, let's start with kind of a timeline about how we're going to get from the Pawsox of, 20 or 30, 25 years or something to the WooSox. The tough question first. How did Pawtucket manage to screw this up and lose the Pawsox?
We don't look at it quite
I'm sure you wouldn't.
like that, Dave. But, I think in Massachusetts, you had city leadership and state leadership that really just won us fair and square and worked hand in hand so collaboratively from the get-go. And it was that cohesiveness that just didn't quite exist in Rhode Island. We spent over 3 years trying to keep the Pawsox in Rhode Island. But Worcester won us fair and square from Charlie Baker's team, from Ed Augustus and all the great leadership at the city level in Worcester and Mayor Petty and an incredible city council. They were able to just work so collaboratively, win us fair and square, and that's kind of how we ended up where we were.
So Worcester won it, is the way you would characterize it.
That's how I would characterize it. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, that's a great way for a baseball team to start, I guess. Let's just talk about the ballpark itself. I was at the park in Pawtucket a few times. It was kind of hard to find. Probably didn't have a lot of the amenities of corporate boxes or places to do a lot of the non-baseball things. The field was lovely, but and all that. But what were some of the things that were missing there? Just quickly.
Well, definitely, it's an old ballpark, as you mentioned. It was built in 1942. It is a little bit tucked away in a neighborhood in Pawtucket. It's unlike the ballpark that we're going to in Worcester. It's not going to be a 5-minute walk from a train station. If you wanted to come catch a game from Boston, for example, via public transportation, you would train it to Providence and then Uber from Providence to Pawtucket. So it is a little bit tucked away, a little bit harder to get to, a little bit older, but we're excited to be building a new ballpark in Worcester with Larry Lucchino and Janet Marie Smith and our great team. And so we're ready for this exciting new chapter.
Yeah, these are the people that really fixed up Fenway and did a terrific job of that. And
that's right. You're talking about a guy who built Camden Yards, Janet Marie Smith and Larry. They built Camden Yards. Larry was instrumental in building Petco Park as well. And Janet and Larry were also key in saving Fenway Park.
They sure were.
It was really Larry and Janet Marie who looked at the bones of Fenway Park when the new owners took over in the early 2000s and said, wait, the bones of Fenway Park are quite strong. This is the Mona Lisa of baseball. You preserve the Mona Lisa. You don't tear down the Mona Lisa. So in Pawtucket, we were certainly dealing with a little bit different situation where the foundation was not quite as strong as a Fenway Park, for example. And that's sort of how we ended up where we are in Worcester. But the fact that Larry and Janet Marie are coming together for this project in Worcester is just going to mean so much for the state and so much for Red Sox Nation.
So what's happening in Worcester is really urban development, I think. I mean, it's not just a ballpark that's being built in, what's the square it's being in?
Kelly Square.
In Kelly Square, which was kind of a rundown area, part of the city, needing some rejuvenation, and so you're going to have stores. And anyway, you provided us with a very nice video, and I'd like to show a couple of minutes of that to begin with, and then we can talk a little more about it, where you really talk about it's really the new heart of the city, I guess is the phrase that you've been using.
Absolutely, David. Yeah,
So,
the heart of the city, heart of the Commonwealth.
Yeah. Okay. So let's run that here and.
In the heart of New England, in the heart of the Commonwealth, in the heart of the city, rises a compact, intimate downtown ballpark. Nestled in the historic, resurgent Canal District of Worcester, Massachusetts, Polar Park fits right smack where it can do the most good for the city. At the city's new grand entrance, a remodeled Kelly Square, Polar Park connects the Canal District with the Theater District, City Hall, and the flavorful neighborhoods of Green Island, Main South, and Shrewsbury Street. Walk from City Hall, cross the 1912 underpass, and there to greet you is a new park, General Pickett Park, a splash of green on Green Street. Turn right at a new Canal Street, honoring our history, and enter an extended Summit Street, and there's the left field building, redevelopment in action. The heart-shaped clock reminds you it's a good time to be in the heart of the Commonwealth. But you can also enter the ballpark from any of the three fingertip streets, Plymouth, Gold, and Ash. Or come through the formal entrance on Madison Street. See the handsome facade with steel pillars that reflect Worcester's strength, optimism, and connection to the Higgins Armory. On the south side of Madison, check out the hotels, apartments, and retailers that are bringing new life and commercial enhancement on the old Wyman Gordon site. At the other end of Madison is the Players Parking Lot, and check out the greenery. Yes, we will be growing our own vegetables and herbs right there behind third base. Polar Park is a porous park. You can walk through, have lunch, read a book, and enjoy its gardens and flowers. Cities breathe better with touches of green. It's a community park.
To the Commonwealth, right? That's a great term. And the urban, I mean, all that new construction that was coming in the back there is also impressive.
That's right. Hotels. We're hoping that it's also going to be a biotech hub. We're going to see some new companies moving into Kelly Square as well. But that left field building that you just showed in the video too, Dave, that's going to be kind of mixed use office and retail, but it's also going to be an incredible place to watch a game. You look at that left field balcony up there overlooking the field. That's going to be an awesome standing room only kind of party deck and really a cool place to watch a ball game right in left field.
So there's a lot that's going to get done. Is there a timeline that's set out to get this done by 2021? Is the ballpark going to be the first thing that's going to be built, or is that?
Yes, and we hope that the left field building will also be ready by then, and some of the other surrounding office space and hotels, we hope to get those as ready as soon as possible as well, and ready by the season.
This has got to be great for jobs in all of Metro West and as well as Worcester. I would think there's probably some kind of economic projections here as to what this is going to do for the Commonwealth and stuff like that. I would think
that's right. We are in operation in Pawtucket We employ hundreds of people, about 50 or so full-time staff, but several hundred other part-time opportunities as well, and we feel that all that is going to be great.
But the
for
construction
the city
team
of
has
Worcester.
got to be massive that's going to be involved in this.
Yes. The construction team is massive. Our friends from Gilbane, some of the union workers as well. It's a huge project, as you mentioned. But we're proud to be bringing jobs to Central Mass as well. One thing that the city manager has stressed to us, and the mayor as well, is hire local, hire folks in Worcester, in the Metro West area, hire local, and so that's absolutely something that we want to make sure we live up to.
And so we're taping this show in February of 2020. Is there? Where's the project stand right now? I saw the people with the shovel taking the first shovel out. So if they got some bigger equipment in there now?
Yeah. There's some bigger equipment in there now, and knock on wood, we've had a very mild winter so far, which has helped the construction process. We're ahead of schedule and hope to stay that way. And as you mentioned, the mild winter has certainly help things. We continue to make great progress on the construction end, and we're continuing to just roll our sleeves up here.
Is there any kind of a setup there where somebody was curious could just drive by and get a tour of what's happening, or is there an office already that's set up for the curious to buy tickets or?
So we don't have a box office set up in Worcester
or to
yet.
Learn about this, or to watch this video.
Yeah, or watch this video. And we're also not quite at the point where we're able to give tours of the site.
All right, I'm a little ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
you'll be the first one, Dave.
We're kind of moving through this quickly, but we've now got a video coming up of the ballpark itself, which when I looked at this, it just blew me away. I mean, this is a park that just looks like a fun place to go, and so we're going to roll the video now. It's about 5 minutes long. And I think it'll, as well as getting to get a little bit of the language and flavor of Dr. Charles Steinberg, who's the president of the team.
Correct. Dr. Charles is the president.
Right, Dr. Charles. Well, take us away, Dr. Charles, here.
So let's enter and go up to the DCU Club. The dining room doubles as an ideal space for your events. From weddings and bar mitzvahs to baptisms and business outings, you can start planning your events now. And look who's in here, the broadcasters, describing beautiful scenes to fans all over the world and letting them know that Worcester is the birthplace of Harvey Ball's smiley face. What a scene, with a fun can of Polar Seltzer and the Worcester Wall, our own mini monster. Notice the conventional seats between the bases and the unconventional seating areas beyond the bases, and innovative neighborhoods for those who want to stretch their legs on some enchanted evenings. Private suites have great views and amenities, and interesting roofs add protection and lots of shade. Like good, cozy ballparks, it's asymmetrical, irregular, and quirky. And a modern sand-based drainage system means if it stops raining, we can play. It's an accessible park with a quiet room for those with special needs or who benefit from lower sensory stimulation. Next to the Worcester Red Sox dugout is a fantastic fan dugout. You are sitting next to a constellation of future Red Sox stars. And next to the WooSox dugout is the WooSox bullpen. And you're right there too, just over 6 feet high. Pitchers have no choice but to hear your advice, so please choose your words carefully. And this intimacy allows us to preserve a Pawtucket tradition, fishing for autographs. Just above is another deck with sweeping views. And let's complete Worcester's newest triple-decker as we go one more level up. And you are now at grade with Summit Street, 30 feet high. So go ahead, touch the foul pole, and bring your glove. What a place to be during batting practice. Now we arrive at the FlexCon porch, another home run haven. And tantalizing aromas beckon you to the Summit Street Fair with local, popular, tasty traditions. It's a community festival, spring, summer, and fall. Whether there's a ball game or not, it's another part of Worcester's thriving nightlife. Next, our kids discover their own little wonderland, a cool kids zone, where the batter's eye wall shields the little ones and older kids scamper to grab a home run from the next Mookie Betts. Still hungry? Check out the left field market for an extraordinary technological innovation. Here, for the first time at a sports or entertainment venue, you can walk in, take what you want, and walk out. It's almost like it's free. Now chill on the berms in the outfield or at fun tabletops in between. You're lounging on the lawn with a blanket on the berm, savoring the sights and sounds in the wonderful world of Worcester. Who could have imagined? And with retail, offices, and a rooftop deck, the left field building is a little bit Fenway, a little bit Camden, and a little bit Wrigley. There's always a party up on the roof. As we circumnavigate the park, we find on the third base side an idyllic spot for group outings with beautiful sunsets for summertime parties. Down at the field, we find the third base reserve seats, our best bargain. Reserve them now, and your great-grandchildren will thank you. Behind the dugout, the third base field boxes lead us back to the home plate field boxes, with sensational dugout boxes that have top concession amenities and a worm's eye view of the Wormtown 9. You're closer to the batter than the pitcher is. As we round third and head for home, we find the home plate bar, flanked on one side by our tribute to our founding partners, the 21 Club, and on the other side by a tribute to the 10,000 fans who sent us postcards and the man who spearheaded that drive, Mr. Gene Zabinski. It's a trip around the bases. It's a home run for Worcester. It's more than a ballpark. It's a catalyst for redevelopment. It's the heart of New England, where all are welcome. It's the heart of the Commonwealth, the pride of central Massachusetts. It's the heart of the city. It's the home of the game.
That is really exciting. I just can't wait for that to start. But we got to wait a whole year. We still have to go down to Pawtucket this year and see the Pawsox.
That's right. We got one more season.
And Pawtucket is the International League. It's the Red Sox top farm team. What's kind of the outlook for the Pawsox this year? We got some young players that are going to be there.
That's right. I think we've got a great outlook. You know, I think this Mookie Betts trade, believe it or not, it's going to help the Pawsox. We've got a few new players in that trade, but you're going to see some familiar faces too. Some great prospects that we have. Bobby Dahlbeck, a third baseman and first baseman. I would say he's one of our can't miss guys, along with reliever Tanner Houck, who throws very hard. C.J. Chatham is another promising infielder that we have, who's got some real pop, real power, just like Bobby Dahlbeck. So those are just some of the prospects that we have in the Pawsox system, and you know, with this Mookie trade, who knows how our roster is going to shake out.
Well, that's right, and the guys will be bouncing back and forth between Portland and as well as up and down with Fenway. The Red Sox used like 50 pitchers, didn't they, last year? I swear. Anyway, so are there going to be any special promotions this year to encourage people to go to Pawtucket, or is that still a little in the plan?
Yes, there's going to be plenty of promotions. You're going to see a lot more alumni and former players coming back this year. I'm not going to give away too much just yet, but stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more alums and former players. Bobblehead nights, we're absolutely going to have more bobblehead nights. We've got a Keith Folk bobblehead night, a David Ortiz bobblehead night. We're trying to bring back as many familiar faces as possible while also hosting as many fun promotions as we can. There's going to be a giveaway every single night. So all 70 of our home games, if you come to a game, you're going to get something and be greeted with some sort of giveaway as you enter the game.
And the tickets are very affordable.
Very affordable. $6 tickets for kids and seniors. I mean, you can't beat it. And kids are also going to be free during the months of April and May on Monday through Thursdays this year, free with an accompanying adult.
Then we move on to 2021, okay? And so we're gonna, baseball has a long history in Worcester. And I discovered Ted Williams actually showed up at an exhibition game. I think we have a photo of Ted there. And
yes, he sure did. His
there he is.
Yeah, there it is. There he is at
Holy Cross, right. Yeah.
During an exhibition game, I believe in 1939. It was a grand slam, and it was Ted's first home run in a Red Sox uniform. So
is that right? Oh, that's so cool.
Splendid splinter.
But the new name for the team is called the WooSox, and
WooSox.
you got a logo that goes with it. Where did the happy face smile? That's a Worcester tradition too, right?
That's a Worcester tradition too. But before we get to the smiley face, that left-handed swing that you see was a subtle salute to Ted Williams and that Holy Cross game, and who knows, there might be a little Big Papi sprinkled in there as well.
And another lefty.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but the logo's pretty cool. If you scroll in on the bat and the W on the left, the heart is a salute to Worcester being the heart of the Commonwealth.
Okay.
And the smiley face, when we initially unveiled it, we got a lot of, hey, why is it a swinging smiley face? Why is your logo a swinging emoji? But it's actually a salute to Harvey Ball, who invented the smiley face in Worcester some 50 years ago, and smiley faces are kind of sprinkled everywhere throughout the Worcester streets, and we thought that it would be a cool, fun thing to incorporate into that logo that you see there.
And so, as far as the park itself, how many seats are there going to be there?
So, seats in the seating bowl itself, you're actually going to see less seats in the bowl itself than McCoy Stadium. McCoy Stadium holds about 10,000 fixed seats in the bowl. At Polar Park, there's going to be closer to 7,500, with more of an emphasis on unique neighborhoods, some of those neighborhoods that you saw in the video. We understand that it's difficult for fans to sit through an entire 9-inning
young
game.
Kids. Yeah.
Exactly. So, at our current facility in Pawtucket, there's more seats in the bowl because, it was built during a time in 1942 where fans, that's what they did. They sat and watched the whole game. They didn't leave their seats too much. I think now baseball, we're kind of in a different time where we want to be able to offer cool and unique things to fans while they're at the ballpark. It's okay to get up out of your seat and walk around a bit. Polar Park's going to be a very walkable venue. If you want to check out some of the new food options in a different area of the park, if you're with kids that want to run around in that cool kid zone that we showed you, we want Polar Park to be a very walkable place. So it's going to be slightly different than McCoy Stadium. The capacity itself won't be that much
so it'll be a lot of standing room seats kind of in effect.
Yeah, I think it'll be right around 10, 11,000 in that range. So the capacity is going to be
Are you
quite
starting
similar.
to sell tickets already?
We are.
I thought I saw that,
Yeah, we've got early bird season ticket packages that are already on sale and going quickly, and those remain to be.
Is there a website where all this is at?
Pretty strong, yeah. You can go to polarpark.com. You can go to GoWooSox.com and learn about all this fun stuff, fun information.
Yeah. And so the name of the park, Polar Park, that's the beverage company.
Correct.
And it's a local New England company.
Correct. Best known for their seltzer, the Crowley family. They were one of the many businesses in Worcester that stepped up to the plate right away. But Polar Park, it's got a great ring to it, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have a nephew who works for them, so that's a connection.
Yeah.
So how I had the Worcester Bravehearts on this show last year. Is there going to be any kind of a coordination with them with your schedule, so you're not playing at the same time, or?
We want to support the Bravehearts in any way we can. We don't want WooSox baseball to be the end of the Bravehearts.
Because they've had great support.
They have had great support
Yeah.
from the community, and we by no means want them to go away or anything like that. We want to work collaboratively with them, even in the community. Right now, you'll see both of our mascots at certain events and things like that, and we've gotten to know some of those guys great, and so we have a great relationship, and we certainly want to keep it that way.
Are you going to have a fan club?
Yes, we actually have a WooSox booster club.
All right, sort of like the BowSox club. Huh?
Yeah, kind of like that, Dave.
Yeah.
There's free levels and there's paid levels. Some of the paid levels are cool because you'll actually get a plaque with your own name on it at Polar Park for only $100, but there's free levels too. And just by signing up to the free level of our booster club, you get free tickets to a Pawsox game in 2020. So you can join the booster club. It's free. It's easy to join.
How do I do that? Is there another website?
You can just go to GoWooSox.com.
GOWOOSOX.com.
That's correct, and all the information is right there. It's easy to sign up, and it's an easy way to get free tickets to a Pawsox game for our last season.
Well, that sounds great. I think we're kind of running down to the end of the time where we're going to go out with the end with this end of your video here about the heart of the city, the heart of New England, and the heart of the smiley face, I guess. So
great,
Joe. It's been great having you on.
Thanks
this
a lot,
was
Dave.
terrific.
Appreciate
I think
you having me.
We're getting ready for the baseball season to be coming up. I think it's about time to start to be excited about Mookie-less baseball in New England, but to have something new to look forward to.
Exactly. Pitchers and catchers have reported spring training's getting underway, and opening day will be here before
and you probably have Jeter Downs playing for you in 2021.
We very well may.
Well,
you never know.
Okay, that's a great way. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Oh, the green, it will carry you. Turn around, you're in the square. The brick-lined city. Cross the bridge, you're nearly there. Take a left where it lands down. Stroll 420 feet. Flavors are fragrant, tantalizing enough to eat. It's the story of our lives. It has grown but still the same. It's the heart of the city. It's the home of the game. The sips which keep you cool. You're right to see your friends. They form a caravan, nestled snugly end to end. It's the mirror of our lives. We have grown but still the same. It's the heart of the city. It's the home of the game. The same streets, the same places, the same seats, the same faces. My grandparents could see what my grandchildren will too. Impossible